Hey there, everybody. So this is the 2017 day one of the Fullgas omnium, and this is the old cow skin course there. Or no, it's the Salt Creek course. They haven't done it in a few years, but I don't know. This was I always kind of really liked this course here. So, you know, first race of the year for me. It's like the old Padilla brothers there taking off, chasing down a early move by the OBP guys, which they had pretty big, probably the largest group in the field there. So, I don't know, looking around before the start, we had at least, I think, 50 guys in this Pro 1-2 race. So yeah, this is probably the biggest field that I can remember having at this particular race. So it's been kind of an annual race going on for quite a few years. I don't know, probably at least 8 or 10 years maybe. I don't know. Yeah, again, I always kind of like this course. I won here, I think, in 2008 or something. When I was a Cat 3, and I don't know. It's always had some pretty decent, fairly decent results here, I guess. Nothing great, but other than that, you know, in the 1-2 races. But you know, I was always able to pretty much stay in the mix or whatever. But yeah, today didn't go so great. You know, being my first race of the year, and we wanted to try to, as a team, you know, on the DNA team, we wanted to try to, you know, at least have somebody in every move, or, you know, figured there's a pretty high probability of something eventually getting away. And I don't know, it seemed like this race came down to more of an attrition type thing, or, you know, looked like it split up a little bit at the end there. But yeah, anyways, this is I only made it for probably about 15 minutes maybe into it before I got dropped. So basically I'm gonna just play out the whole race as it happened for me, as long, you know, when I was still within the mix there. So that's, you know, the first half of the I guess the east side little loop. It's kind of just it's kind of like a big dog bone, like a long C with kind of two loops on the end there. So back to the start finish, and now we're starting into the west side loop. So it's kind of on the top of the hill there. You go down a big hill, and you know, and there's no really big hills, kind of a couple just little punchy climbs. And finish line always finishes on the top of a little short punchy climb there. So yeah, the wind was a little windy, kind of a northwestish wind, I guess you could say. So right now we're just kind of turning into a pretty nice little headwind. But yeah, it was pretty well non-stop, you know, the first lap or so, non-stop attacks, or, you know, so it seemed pretty easy just to, you know, bridge up to things, or get on a wheel and get a ride up to the next attack, or jump on a wheel that was starting a new attack or whatever. So it's pretty animated, pretty fun racing. You know, at least as far as from what I kind of saw and heard, it was basically the same way the whole race through. So but you know, it's kind of weird, you know. There's I guess a private company had bought the park from this, you know, or the state sold this little park here to a private company. So they're kind of building this big water park thing right in the center of it. It's called the Yogi Bear's Jelly something or other. I don't know, I have to look at the flyer thing again, but I don't know, it looks like a pretty cool little water park thing there. But I don't know, I guess back to my point, I wish they would the only really bummer about this course is the road is pretty jankety. This section here is not too bad. I think on the west side loop it's fairly new pavement, but then kind of once you get off of this little loop here, it gets pretty. You gotta kind of keep your wits about you. There's a lot of cracks and holes and all kinds of, I don't know, whatever stuff. So making this little right-hander here, and then we're back out onto the main little strip. So yeah, this is about, once we get back up to the top of the hill, that's one complete circuit. And hauling pretty good right here because we pretty much are straight tailwind. And yeah, I know that a lot of the teams, just colors and things, I'm still, obviously I've been riding with the guys on our team, so they're pretty easily recognizable. But a lot of the newer teams, it's kind of, the OBP, and it's kind of when you see some Bellow Club guys and OBP, they look very similar from a distance. And the Wheelmen, their new kits look, I don't know, I kept getting them confused with the Tyson guys from Arkansas. So, but that was one thing you could definitely, if you saw a move up the road, and you could see it from pretty far back and see if you had anybody on your team representing it or not. So that's pretty nice. But yeah, just still trying to get used to the newer colors. Tyson, I guess, has been the same for a pretty long time, but some of the others, the OBP is a new team, and so Tulsa, the Wheelmen are always, I guess, kind of changing up their colors and a little bit. It's like the last few years it hadn't been too radical of changes. Yeah, but this is, you kind of maybe a little difficult to see the road surface, but there's all these little, I don't know, pieces of chip seal, or not, just like little pieces of shell or something that get stuck in your tires. So there was quite a few flats. Yeah, this part right here is pretty fun. Go down a pretty long little hill, a little sweeper, hauling pretty good here. So you could really, this is where a lot of the, when it would get strung out or groups would get away, it would always seem like it would come back together right in this area. Because, you got a little headwind if you're a smaller group, a bigger group just will push right through, and seemed like it always brought everything right back together. So, but yeah, we're just, rolling along here. Jeremy Stitt. I don't know why that guy's got 3 bottles. He's got a bottle in his pocket, 2 on his bike. I don't know, it's a pretty cold day. I had 1 small bottle with me, and I think I drank maybe a quarter of it, but it's an hour and 15-minute race, so maybe he's there to hand bottles to his teammates or something, maybe, I don't know. Not judging, whatever. So yeah, just going, and it's picking up a little bit again. Looks like there's a little group up the road there, maybe. Laps here go pretty quick, but it's it's still a pretty, they consider it a criterium, I guess, but it's more of a circuit race. So I don't know, kind of, if you did get a flat and got a free lap, you're going to be sitting there for, I don't know, 3.5 minutes maybe. I think on this lap right here, I tied the KOM for this west side, so I guess this lap right here for me was probably my fastest ever out here. I'm kind of curious to watch this right now. This is the first time I'm kind of rewatching this. I mean, I watched it once, but not until after I put my stuff on the Strava. So yeah, it's getting, I think some guys are kind of going here, and as we are kind of coming up and around this little, once we get into the sweeper, yeah, you can see it's getting pretty racy up there. Got a little run here out of the wind, and so you kind of bunny hop back up this little lip right here, so that worked out pretty alright. Getting in there behind Waddell, and looks like Paul maybe. So, yeah, it looks like it's, I don't think there's anybody up the road right there, but maybe they're just about to go. Got a nice little run here. B money. Yeah, so, and there's a little group getting away. I'm right here behind Cagle. Saw we didn't have anybody in there, so figured this was get a nice. Oh, this should be easy. Get on Chad Cagle here and get a free ride up to the group. So, as you can see, he's pretty much, giving it full throttle here, and he's pulling away from me. So really, it kind of became a point, here in just a second where if I'd have been smart, I was, been thinking I should have pulled the plug or whatever, but I was kind of in panic mode, and so I went just way too hard, too long. It's kind of like doing a 1 minute interval full on, and then you kind of got that time. In fact, Ricky came around there, might have thrown me a little bone, could have got on his wheel if I'd have been able to breathe, but it wasn't really kicking in too much here, and I was probably slowing down just a little. But once we kind of got to the hill here, and starting to get a little bit swarmed, or people are catching back on, and it looks like now at this point they're kind of slowing down already. So in hindsight, I should have just not gone so hard, but anyway, get up to here, and it's kind of like that. It's kicking in where I'm breathing really hard right here, pretty much going anaerobic, and trying to recover, being able to breathe again or whatever. But then once we kind of just get swarmed, and I don't know, just wasn't good. I couldn't recover in time. Just got on back for just a bit, and it's like once they caught on, I think there was probably a counterattack or something. So it really, kind of back climbing this hill, and I'm still barely connected to be getting back on it, but I just couldn't. So I don't know. That was pretty much it right there for me. Kind of stupid, but I don't know. Next day went, definitely my confidence wasn't super high going into the next day, but it went better, so didn't do anything spectacular, but I managed to stay in with with the main group or whatever, I guess, not get dropped. So I don't know. I guess that's somewhat promising. But it's my old teammate Dylan there, and he was having some knee issues and stuff, and he got me and him both got dropped here at the same time, and so we, I don't know, kind of just worked it, waited, and got, just rode around together pretty moderately fast till we got lapped, and then jumped back in for a little bit, and then, I kind of just last lap just pulled out. I didn't want to get in anybody's way or anything, but anyway, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it, and kind of a little, if you've never been out to this course before, a little preview of the course and a little taste of the 1-2 racing action. It looked like it was definitely a pretty fast race, pretty stacked race, lots of high quality regional bike racers and such in there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is what I saw a lot of the rest of the way, and tried not to get in the way when the group was coming the opposite direction, because they pretty much got the full road. So yeah, anyway, that's it, and thanks for watching.